Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Here we go, 10-12, little bit of change. August the 16th, the second anniversary of the show. We got, did I spell it right?
Alisa.
Did I do it?
I think, it's up there. Yes, you did.
You guys at home know how dangerous that can get. When I type, it's like a 92-year-old typing into the computer, you know? Alisa, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Thank you, CJ.
Well, I talked to Amanda on the phone, your daughter, correct?
Yes.
And we were just talking about momentum lactation and just how important this is for the community. You know, I could only imagine, and, you know, I'm not in that the boat, you know, but I can only imagine how breastfeeding could become such a tumultuous topic in a way and could lead to, you know, mental health issues and kind of confidence issues and just in general, a lot of discussion. How long has it been since you started Momentum Lactation?
We've been going strong for 7 years, and I'm so grateful that you have us on, especially in August, to kind of talk about this topic. What we know in the United States, about 4 out of 5 women plan to breastfeed, and they initiate breastfeeding when their baby is born, but many of them will not be successful or meet their goals because there is a lack of knowledge, awareness, and support surrounding breastfeeding continuation. The interesting thing is during August, we're celebrating World Breastfeeding Week and National Breastfeeding Month. And the theme is to increase awareness, which we are grateful to the RiverBender to allow us to come here and do that. And also to make sure that people know how to get support, because we know if they get support, they are more likely to be successful and meet their goals. And that's critical for human health. So breastfeeding is what we call kind of the great equalizer, which means that if babies are successfully breastfed, that it increases their health over their lifetime.
Does it really?
Exponentially. Yes, and it increases the health of the mother over their lifetime. And not only that, it decreases the cost of health care by $302 billion globally and decreases the rate of infant death by about 13% if infants are breastfed for 6 months or longer.
Is there a reason for that? If you could kind of dive into that a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So when a mother's body develops in puberty and then they go through pregnancy and they have a baby, their body changes to produce human milk. Human milk is the perfect food matched to a human baby, and not just in general, but specifically from one mother to one baby, the milk changes to meet that baby's needs.
Wow.
And it changes every single feeding throughout the whole time that the baby and mother give milk to each other. So we talk about breastfeeding, which a lot of people think of as latching to the breast, but mothers breast milk feed as well, which means they may not be able to latch for a variety of reasons, and they may express their milk with a breast pump, but still continue to provide that food to the baby.
And that's still breastfeeding?
Absolutely.
Really cool. Okay. I'm starting to understand this more. Now, whenever we're talking healthcare costs, does that come into play with like Selmanac and the synthetic formulas?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you think of formula is a suitable nutritional substitute when breast milk is not available. But breast milk is an ideal, perfectly matched food for human infants.
Right.
So sometimes there are medical reasons that formula may need to be used if the mother doesn't have milk available or doesn't choose to breastfeed. So it's good that we have it, but it is definitely not the ideal. And providing your own milk, mothers understand today that that's something that is nutritionally beneficial, and many mothers want to do it. But they need to continue for 6 months or longer with only their own milk to have the best health outcomes. They need to continue breastfeeding to a year where the milk still continues to change and have benefits. And there are research studies now out to 2 years and beyond that breastfeeding is beneficial for both mothers and babies.
Absolutely. Well, and I see this. This is wonderful. What is Newborn 411 in this breastfeeding course? Because to me, this is very valuable information. I could only imagine, if I'm especially a new mom out there, and, let's be honest, there's a lot of new moms that don't have a partner support sometimes, especially in my area where it seems like they're doing this on their own or with their parent support or you name it. But to have an organization that you can call and get real answers and real information that truly can help your health and your baby's health, this is unmatched.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, and ironically, the goal this year is equalizing the playing field with access to support, because we have clear research that when mothers have support from a knowledgeable expert, so not always TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, there's a lot of unreliable information there, which sometimes is confusing and causes anxiety to mothers. But having a knowledgeable IBCLC,
right,
which is an internationally board certified lactation consultant, in your corner, it will increase your chances of meeting your goals, and they should be part of your team along with any family support, the cultural support of our society, which we'll talk a little bit more about, and then your pediatrician and your OB doctor. So it should be part of your team.
Well, and now take me through this Newborn 411. Can we talk about the program?
Yeah, absolutely. So with at Momentum Lactation, what we do is we provide support starting as early as the first days of life, all the way through when mothers decide they need help or want to quit breastfeeding or need to quit breastfeeding. So we go over that whole journey. What a lot of people don't know is that insurance, because there's such improved health such improved health outcomes, insurance companies will pay for 6 lactation visits, 2 before the baby's born to get ready for breastfeeding, and 6 or more after the baby is born. So access to care, if you have good insurance, you should pursue that, because it's not something the insurance company is going to reach out and tell you.
Well, it's pretty, not to, I mean, if your insurance company's willing to pay for something, take it and run.
Exactly, yeah. And what a lot of families know is that they will pay for a breast pump or pay for supplies, but they don't know that they will pay for support by a human that will kind of walk you through the process.
You can come sit down. We're waiting on our next guest.
Okay, great. Awesome.
But, you know, with this, though, I feel like whenever you're at the end of the road of breastfeeding, where maybe you're at the 6 month to a year point, and I don't know how this works, please educate me. Does it get to a point where as a mom could maybe feel like they're failing if they need to stop a little bit early, or maybe there's something that goes on? Take me through that mental aspect and how important it is to have the support system, because I could only imagine what crippling feeling that could be.
That's really true, CJ. So when mothers make the goal in pregnancy to breastfeed, about 89% of them initiate, and within the first month, about 60% fail. So the failure rate in the first month is very high. And the most common reasons are things like pain, concerns about your milk supply, fear of having to go back to work, all of which are real things that moms experience, but things that are moldable and that we can help mothers work through. So the next big fall off point is returning to work, because our society is not supportive of mothers who need to work. And 89% of all moms go back to work in our culture, and they make up about 40% of the workforce. And when they go back to work, they are not supported to continue to make the milk that is the food for their baby. And that's a high time of failure as well. So at Momentum, we can see them in the first days. We can do home visits. We have an office location in Edwardsville to get them started that first month. If they get support that first month, they are more likely to continue.
We got to take a break here soon, but I want to keep you. You aren't going anywhere. I want to know what postpartum does for breastfeeding. Does postpartum depression, does that go in to what could affect breastfeeding the child and making sure they're getting the proper nutrients?
Yes. So we know that mental health in general in our country is something that people are experiencing before they have this experience with breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And if breastfeeding, if they are not successful, mental health deteriorates quickly. And even if they have good mental health, if they're not successful with breastfeeding, mental health can deteriorate. So breastfeeding and mental health have a close relationship. We know that. And so mothers need to be screened in the postpartum period for mental health. And if they are breastfeeding, we need to balance our support to make sure that it's not impacting the mother's mental health negatively.
This is very fascinating. I mean, this is really important. And one thing I want to fill you in on, when we come back, I do want to ask you about this wonderful opportunity on the third Wednesday of each month from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. This is a mom life meetup at Momentum Lactation. We'll talk about that. I want to ask a little bit more about the community that you have, all the good stuff, and then we'll keep you informed right after this quick break. Before we do that, though, got to pay some bills too. Sparks Junk Removal, locally owned and woman operated. Denise Sparks for 30 years has been the queen of junk. For the next 30, she's the queen of junk and trash. Those purple and yellow trash cans are multiplying, mating like bunny rabbits across the 618, and it's because she cares about her community, her environment, and all of you, her clients. You know, the big trash company put a lot of you guys off on the wrong foot for not picking your trash up for a few weeks, and maybe it happened to me. Denise Sparks said it's time to make the change and go back to locally owned and operated trash service, and she's never looked back. You can go to Sparks Junk Removal right now to see if you're in her service area. My parents switched and have never looked back, and they've actually saved a couple of dollars each month. I know you will too. Or if you need her for that 30 years of tried and true junk removal services, demolitions, or apartment cleanouts, you go to that website as well. Maybe your neighbor's getting ready to report you because that hot tub that hasn't been cleaned out since the financial crisis of '08 is getting to the point where it's time to blow it up. Sparks Junk Removal. Or if you need weekly trash service, sparksjunkremoval.net. Reclaim your space today. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW in Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alt Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking now.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back, 1028. We're moving on a Friday. The 16th day of August, the second year of the show. We're back with Alisa. Am I saying this right?
Alisa, yes.
Man,
perfect.
I am getting nervous over here. Well, we're coming back with Momentum Lactation, a wonderful organization that does so much for young moms and new moms alike and veteran moms, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Well, we were talking about some of the opportunities where you can invite the area community members in to be a part of it, like Weed in the Garden, a support group for prenatal mood and anxiety disorders.
Yeah.
Fill me in.
So one thing we were talking about before the break is that lactation and mental health can be very closely linked. It's difficult to find the right providers and support that can help with that kind of targeted therapy, and we have some good resources for any mom or family that's struggling out there with mental health in general. They can reach out to us on our website, and we're happy to provide targeted counselors and providers that know about maternal mental health.
Can we touch on that real quick? What does that sound and look like that might be different than what we're used to in traditional counseling or support services?
Well, these people are certified for perinatal mental health, and they understand the type of counseling that's most beneficial for mothers. They understand the journey that they're going through and what kind of support and resources they might need. They can diagnose and treat, because much perinatal mental health is specific to that time period, and many moms get better and get over that. It's not like depression or anxiety that someone may struggle with over their lifetime, which is kind of generalized.
Right.
This is specific to this experience, so the providers understand that and can really work with the mom to get her through that period.
Well, we were talking during the break, and this is the biggest call to action I can give you, because we got folks that watch this show in St. Charles and all around this Metro East area, and even in England. My England folks, thanks for watching the show. But, take me through the area you serve, because we were talking during the break, and I didn't realize that you guys were truly you women are truly the only organization in the Metro East that provides the service. Is that correct?
We do, yes. In this
Wow.
Edwardsville geographic area here, and that also take health insurance. So it's very unusual for providers, IBCLCs, and lactation supporters to take health insurance that are in a private practice, which is what we do. So we're not affiliated with a hospital or an individual
Wonderful.
practice. So we have about 8 delivering hospitals in the Metro East area and many, many in St. Louis. And so from Jerseyville to Greenville to Belleville, O'Fallon, Freeburg, Metro St. Louis, those moms come long distances to see us to receive the specialized care that we offer. So along with our breastfeeding support, we screen every mom for mental health. It's important because we know that relationship is strong. And then we have community. So one of the things about breastfeeding is that it might feel very isolating to moms. They work, they all of a sudden are at home with a young baby for a few weeks or 3 months on maternity leave, and now they don't know their neighbors. They don't know other moms that have young infants. So we started our community for those mothers. So we have 3 arms of that. One is our stroller walking group, which meets on the first Wednesday of every month from 9:30 to 10:30 at Glick Park in Edwardsville. Just being outdoors,
That's a
getting
nice park.
fresh air.
That's a nice park.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And just being with other moms who get it. Our second one is called #MomLife, and it is a group that meets in our location. It's open to all mothers, not just breastfeeding mothers, but all moms. All of our activities are open for all moms. And we sit and we chit chat and we share the journey and share the experience. And then our third thing is called Weeding the Garden, and it is actually a specific group that mothers can attend for moms that are struggling with mental health related to the perinatal, postpartum, and breastfeeding.
Who is vacuuming a linoleum floor?
It sounds like someone is vacuuming, CJ. I'm not sure. Apparently, we need to get some dust off the floor.
Man, I am very sorry about that.
That's okay. That's all right.
So with that being said, I'm only going to imagine that it's not just new moms. Have you ever had some moms that are maybe had 3 or 4 children that maybe this is the first time they've run into issues?
Yeah, so because we talked about the failure rate of breastfeeding being so high, many moms with their second child or third child are even more determined to be successful. They've done some education on their own. They understand the importance of it. And so they can come to us before they have the baby, and we can talk through and debrief. What was that experience like? Was it something that's preventable? Well, 99% of the time, things that happened that derailed breastfeeding are preventable. 99% of the time. So when these moms come...
Not to cut you off, but how so? Because that's a pretty impressive statistic.
Well, because most things that derail breastfeeding are lack of appropriate support and management. That's the most common reason for failure. So if, for example, a mom was breastfeeding and she had nipple pain and she didn't know how to make it better, she's going to stop because we wouldn't, as humans, inflict pain on ourselves.
I gotcha.
So what causes nipple pain? Latching, the baby latching onto the breast. So if they would come and see us, and we talk about this prenatally, we want to see you in the first week. We can help correct that latch, and that pain virtually goes away for most women. And if they have no pain, guess what? They're going to want to keep going. And that's just a simple example of how we can help.
Well, have we gone through everything we said we were going to talk about during the break?
I think we've gone through most of the things, yeah.
Well, is there anything else that we need to highlight right now? Because I want to bring you back a little bit more than just a one-offer, because there's so many young moms and moms just in general that need this information, and I'm willing to give you 10 minutes or 15 every month or 2 if we can talk about this. That's okay?
That would be wonderful.
Let's get the word out about this. Momentum Lactation. You can go to momentum-well.com, and you can find out about Mom Life, the meetups. You can find out about the Weeding the Garden mental health support, which meets weekly.
Schedule a consultation for yourself or your new baby, and it's never too late. Reach out, because most of the time you are going to be amazed at the help you receive.
And this is when did you start the Weeding the Garden group?
It's relatively new.
Yeah.
We started in March of this year because there was such a mental health desert for mothers in our area.
Not to cut you off, we did not talk about, what is Big Sibling Class?
Well, that's a class for new brothers and sisters.
That's cool.
Yeah, so when a new baby comes into the family, brothers and sisters have a role to play, and often they don't know, and parents don't know how to introduce those relationships, just like pets when a baby comes into the household. So we have a class that helps teach younger siblings how to wash their hands and what to do if the baby cries and why they cry, and not to give the baby a slice of pizza because that's not what they eat.
I'm telling you, this is wonderful. And Alisa, seriously, thank you so much. We've been talking for 25 minutes, a little bit right on the nose of that. And just thank you for what you do for the community. I'd love to have you back if it's okay.
Absolutely. And I'm just grateful for this opportunity to share this information with people.
You can find out more information and register now by going to momentum-well.com and find out more today. 10:36, a little bit of change. Our daily show, year 2, rolls around the corner after this.